What up, everybody? Today we're doing a little bit more of a fun mod. We got some, I guess, kind of old to me. I've had these amber spot lights, LEDs, in my garage for quite a while now, and I'm like, you know what? Let's put some chase lights on the 4Runner. I'm going to be putting these on my 4th gen 4Runner. I'm going to be installing them onto my Sherpa Motorsports Princeton rack. So these are just really simple, honestly, off eBay, eBay lol, Amazon, pretty cheap, but they do the trick. So they're amber spots. We're going to be hooking them up, making a wiring harness ourselves, and then putting them onto our aux beam switch panel. Should be pretty simple. Figured out, why not make a video? A lot of people have been going on to the chase lights trend now. If you don't know what chase lights are, they're basically lights that go off the back of your vehicle. They cut through dust, they cut through snow. At least for me, there's a lot of fog and there's a lot of kick up from snow, and so it actually has an amber light. You want the spots not flood, so it cuts through, and then anyone driving behind you can actually see that you're there. Otherwise, if you make an urgent stop, the headlights don't always break through the light, and you can actually rear end someone if you're traveling in a group together, or if you're just in Alberta like me and you got the terrible roads. So we're going to be putting these on the back of the truck and making a little bit of a custom bracket setup for it. So follow along, let's have some fun. So a little bit of an explanation of how we're going to do this. I have my battery. For the sake of this, it's going to be my switch panel. So I'm going to actually wire these lights directly to the switch panel, no relay, no extra switches. Each of these lights comes without a harness, so we're going to be making our own harness. I just bought some little wire. I believe this is 18 gauge, and it just has the red and the black wire tucked inside of it. That's not going to focus, but yeah, I just picked that up. I'll link everything in the description to the lights I use and the wire. And so I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to join the lights together, and then I'm going to wire it along my roof rack, down my windshield, into the engine bay, to this. Really easy. How I'm going to mount it, I have my crossbar in the back. I just have some mounts and that I just found off of an old light bar. And I'm just going to put them into my Sherpa T-nut slots and then tighten it all up. So let me jump up here and show you guys what I mean. All right, so with the Sherpa rack, as you guys saw in maybe some of the previous videos, we have these little drop-in T-nuts. Super fun to use and make everything pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is just take a mount, put a bolt through it. It's going to hold like that. Chase light's just going to go like that. And we're going to tighten everything up and then wire it to the cab, put it into the switch panel, and we should be done. It should be a fairly easy mod. It looks a little bit intimidating because it's electrical, but honestly, it's just putting wires to a switch. Not too hard. And so I'm going to get started by actually taking these lights out of their mounts and then mounting everything up here to make sure we have the clearance that we need. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so I brought this down to a bracket here. As you can see, I just have the bracket that it comes with resting on here, and then I have a little bracket here. I put this one on top. This thread's in here, and it's just going to rest like this. I need to obviously tighten this up, but because I have the rear spoiler, I have 2 holes to choose from. I can go for the lower one or the higher one. I think I'm probably going to end up doing the higher one, just because I do want it to be pointed down. I don't want it to be beaming people or going up, because I want this to obviously point to the ground. And so I'm going to put this in the top slot when I do mount it, just like that. But yeah, I think I actually might tighten everything up first and then get my measurements for my wiring. But so far, this has been pretty simple. Yeah, liking the look of it. All right, so I got everything test fitted here, and I actually ended up putting these in the top bracket. And so you can kind of see how I got that worked. Should have enough clearance. I'm just hanging off my truck here. So I ultimately want these pointed down a little bit. Obviously not too much. We're going to fine tune it outside when it's a little bit darker. But yeah, I'm going to end up putting the other one on this side, and then we should be in the clear to start wiring. All right, we got both chase lights up here. I'm just going to run a little thing of wire across to here, can join these two, and then just jump off this one going to the fuse panel. I'm loving it. I think they're actually pretty much the right height. You can see we go like this, and then we're going to be going down like that. So I'm loving it. I think this is going to be a great little setup here. So anyways, I'm going to finish the wiring up, and then I'll show you guys how it looks. So just cut my first piece of wire here, and this is going to go across to meet with that one. For all the joints, I'm just going to solder them, twist them up nice and good, solder, and then put a little heat shrink over it. Then I'm just going to tape them up individually. Try to keep all the water out and stuff like that. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Just going to solder them really quick, and then I'll show you the final results of this piece of wire, and then I'll do the next one, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do it into the switch panel here. Okay, so I just finished up my wiring here, and I actually tucked it in the slot. I just have it taped. I'll probably clean that up. But yeah, it looks pretty clean this way. You can hardly even see the wire, and then it's going to come out the back here. Put these two together really quick, and then just do one probably along this beam here going down. And so I'm just going to finish up. I'm going to solder these two together quick, and then I'll show you guys how I route the rest. All right, so I just connected both those wires. So two going into one. This one goes down all here, and it's going to go beside my windshield. I'll show you guys what this is going to look like. So it's going to go along here. The wire right here. It's going to go underneath there. I'm going to tuck it along here, through here, and then into one of my switch panel slots. I'm probably going to put it in the first one. And then we're done. We're going to test it out, make sure it works, and everything should be good. Fingers crossed. And so, yep, this is just going to go underneath here, and then we're going to pull her down. I'll pull that through, and I'll show you guys the routing one more time. Okay, so as you can see, I just ran it right here, down along the windshield line, going around here, the latch, and then we're going to go here. Whoa. And I'm just going to trim this, and then I'm going to put it into one of these, and we should be done. And so, yeah, fairly simple. This only took me about an hour. I'm also filming, though. So if you're doing this yourself, I'd say about 45 minutes you can get it done. But anyways, why am I talking when we could reveal the finished product? So I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to take some videos at night so you can see the lights in action. All right, so I ran this down here, right in the fuse box. Positive, negative, close that up. I'm going to tape this before I go to. It's going to be on this one. If we push this, boom, they come on. I'll show you guys what they look like in a minute here. But actually, you know what? Let's go right now. Turn that on. Got these chase lights out back here. It's looking pretty dope. I'm pretty happy about this. I'm going to put a sticker on, and then we'll get some night shots too. All right, and so with my aux beam switch panel, I actually went ahead and put a little rear light sticker on here. And so now every time I push this, ka-chow! Those fog lights come on in the rear. Or should I say amber chase lights. And so I'm done, guys. I'll just show you what I did quick to route some of the wires. So I have the wire up here, and then I just have some simple zip ties going across some of the crossbars to make sure the wire isn't resting on the roof. I want to protect my paint as much as I can. Right here, I'm just going to do a line of duct tape. I'm just going to clean this off nice. Not duct tape, sorry, electrical tape, some black stuff. Just to hide it a little bit, and then I'm done. So this is pretty simple. I'll show you guys some videos outside in the night here to show you how bright these are for light quality and everything, and if it's worth it. So yeah, thanks for joining me for the install. All right, just out here in the snow, got the chase lights. Nice little distance. Might have to aim them a little bit more, but you got a nice yellow light. Nothing too crazy. I have to get that right one aimed a little bit better, but yeah, super happy with these. Nice little visibility in the snow here. This should be pretty prime for Calgary winters. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Chat soon. Peace.